Welcome back, and here we are looking at a level 2 spreadsheet from OCR. It's from a sample paper. Actually, spreadsheets in this particular question paper are broken down into two, but I will tackle them as two separate tasks. Okay. So the first one is the one about numbers here. Okay, so as per normal with these type of tests, we are getting our information put across to us in a Word format here, which we copy and paste across. So what I'm going to do is just copy and paste this in now. Okay, so I'll copy, just take that down for the moment, and we'll paste that in like so. Then I'm just going to tidy up in terms of making sure the columns are wide enough so we can read everything. Now with this particular spreadsheet, what I found was it was slightly better to tackle it slightly in reverse, because they're asking for a graph that shows BMI weekly exercise for 16-year-olds at the start, but a lot of cases where you seem to need the information for you needed to do things at the end to make your life easier for doing that. So just indulge me, I'm sort of taking this a different way round, but hopefully you can still follow it. And this again is a good idea. Read ahead and look at what's coming up, because there might be something you need to do later on that'll make your life a little bit easier at the beginning, if you can see what I mean. So first of all, what I want to do is create a new column, because we need to sort this little bit out here. So I'm jumping the graph bit for the moment to do BMI. Okay. So let's just I'll just call this BMI, okay, like so. Let me just tidy that there. And then what we can do is they've given us the clue here. BMI is weight divided by the result of height multiplied by height. Okay, so this is where we're going to do a slightly different style formula. And what we actually need to do is do the multiplication part first, and the division part comes second. Now, how do we do that? Well, think about how we can do it in maths. Sometimes we have these sums we have to do, and we're always told to do the bits in bracket first. So what we need to do is tell Excel how to approach that. So, first instance, I type in equals sum, as we've always done when we're looking at starting a mathematical equation or formula off. I'm firstly going to concentrate on result of height, of divided weight divided by result. So we've got weight here, okay? I do my division sign thus. I am now going to start a bracket formula inside a bracket. Okay, so I'm now telling it to multiply height by height, which is D2 multiplied by D2. Right, close the bracket, close the bracket. And okay, it hasn't quite worked for me there, so I need to double check. And if we actually look, what I've done is I've accidentally put the wrong E in. Okay, I've done E1, not E2. So just go back and correct myself like so. Hit my enter key, and then we have the figure in. So again, that's quite easily done. You can click on the wrong box. So again, always double check what you've done. Now, some of you are saying, okay, Matt, what happens if I didn't do those brackets? Well, I'll show you. Okay, first thing, we end up with the same answer. Okay, so what happens if I do the D2 and D2 first, and then tell it to divide by the E2, and do it that way? We end up with that random figure there. So this is why you would need to do the formula this way. Okay, so there we go. I put it in, and what we can see is now it's all done. And then just to replicate that formula in all the other boxes for that column we put there. Now again, hello, we just noticed that the font is different. So I know by fact now that this tends to be an Arial font all the way through, so I can just correct it like so. Or the other way, if you're not sure, is just click on one box like this of what you want everything to look like, Format Painter, and then just pull down like so. Okay. So, whilst we're here, let's just tidy a few things up. So let's just move everything across in this column, move everything across in that column, and then what we'll do is we'll just do this here, okay? And it just tidies it all up a little bit, really. Just makes it look a bit neater and tidy, which is quite good. Okay, and then let's just put some bold text at the top here, and we'll do some bold going down here, and we'll just tidy up here again. So by making the letters larger and bold, that's happened. And then what we will do is I'll just then highlight that, and I'll just put some lines around it like so. So what we'll do is now we've tidied that up. So what we'll just do now is we'll just put the footer in, which is going to be insert header footer, because again you need to have your name on, because you're going to have to print these off. Okay, so there's your name, add it in, put it automatically onto every other sheet. I just go to view and I go to normal. Okay, and that puts everything back to what I want. Okay, so next part, what we need to do is we're looking up here. The chart is for 16-year-olds, so let's make our life simple. If I just go to age, like so, I go to insert, let me just go to insert, there we go, we'll go to home, sorry, my fault, sort and filter, and click on filter, the little arrow appears up there. Just recap, I highlighted the column, went to home, sort and filter, clicked on filter, and it puts the little arrow in. So what I can then do is just bring in all the 16-year-olds that we need, and here we have everything that we need. Okay, so we're now not trying to hunt around, we've got everything where we want. So reading ahead has helped us a little bit. So what we need to do is do highlight, so insert recommended charts. Now it's come up with a scatter chart, okay, in this particular instance, and select scatter graphs on this one because this is the most suitable graph for this particular incident. Okay, so we can do that, and it puts the chart in there. But what I want to do is I just want to call that something slightly different for the moment. So it's going to be relationship of BMI to hours of exercise. So let me just do this, and there we go, we've done that. Now, an extra question they've asked in here is to actually put a trend line in. Okay, and for those of you who have recently been through, because I don't know when you'll be watching this, have been through the COVID-19 scenario, which we're still in at the moment, the tail end of it, the government likes putting trend lines in to show how things are moving up and down. And we can do the same in here. So here's our graph. I want to put my trend line in. I just highlight around the edge, click on it like so. I go to my plus sign, and there's trend line. And I click on that, and there you can see the trend lines being put in. Okay, so that is that particular Excel exercise. Thank you for your attention.